Hello, everybody, and welcome back to True North Network. I feel like we cycle through new faces every week, so we're just gonna do roll call again. For episode 147, I got my buddy Andy and my buddy Eric down there. Colton is sick because he's got pussyitis. I hope he listens to this back. And Brody's playing New World or something, so the boys said they'd fill in for our regular hosts. You know, I might get the regular rotation going back at some point.
Get your hopes up.
Yeah. But, you know, we Colton and I recorded the last episode midweek with Andrew, and he seems to be open to the idea of coming on as a more regular host, and I think Eric will probably be in the rotation as well. I'm hoping to get Kyle back on. He expressed interest. We haven't had him on the podcast for a long time. And you know, catch up with him a little bit. But today I think we're gonna do a few ranting type topics because I know you guys have some opinions about this as well. The first thing that I wanted to talk about today is entitled celebrities doing shitty things and then getting mad at everyone else when they get called out. This is mainly to do with Kanye West destroying his entire career in a matter of like 30 seconds. For those of you who don't know, he had a mental breakdown, perhaps.
That's not new for Kanye. That's not new
Yeah,
for
no.
Kanye.
Yeah, no. Most recent breakdown, I guess. He started well, first off, apparently he changed his name. He's no longer Kanye, just Ye. Cut off the first part of his name, and now he's Ye. Yeah, apparently that was a thing. And he made a bunch of like anti-Jew comments and just said some really nasty shit. I'll put some of the quotes maybe down in the corner there. But I did pull this one saying he would go DEFCON 3 on the Jewish people.
Where did he post these? On Twitter?
I think he said a couple of them to like news reporters, and also yeah, he did tweet a lot of this.
And this was the whole
I bet
deal
the
that got
tweets are taken down already.
probably.
Yeah.
I imagine.
This was the whole deal that got him dropped by
Yeah.
Adidas, I think it was, right?
He got pulled from Gap and Adidas.
Good lord.
All of his clothing brand, like this whole like legacy, if you want to call it that, or his whole reputation that was built over the years, just gone.
Fuck.
And like he's done this sort of shit before, and I think even before Pete Davidson started dating Kim or whatever, he called them out on SNL or some sort of show, and he basically said, "Take your meds, you need them."
Fuck, apparently.
And I think this is just another case of that. But I think we see this with celebrities a lot, and I feel like a lot of streamers too, more recently. But that they do shitty things like this, and then they're either delusional or they think they're untouchable, and then they do whatever they want, basically.
I can't help but wonder if it's actually a clinical issue or if it's just fame getting to their head and causing them to just completely disconnect from reality and do stupid shit like this.
Yeah.
I have a really big feeling that it is largely fame getting to their head, as well as mental illness that goes either untreated or treated poorly. But I don't have a whole lot of respect for celebrities, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
I think they're held on too high of pedestals.
yeah, they don't like. I don't need any actors or music artists or anything like that. They aren't important people to me, and we overvalue them. Yeah, sure, they might be very talented, but
they're just people.
Yeah, they're just people.
Opinions vary, right? Some people, their world revolves around people like Kanye or all these like there's a reason they got to where they were. It blows my mind that they can even get to that point, but I just do not relate to that at all. I don't understand it.
Yeah. I just feel like he's been one of the biggest cases, but like I don't know if you guys have followed the fucking absolute like cluster fuckery that has been the Ezra Miller case. This dude's fucking insane. He like groomed this girl that he knew since she was a kid, and like I think started romantic relationship with her. I don't know if she was overage or not. And he like did. There was a couple break-ins. He was on the run from the FBI for a while because he was wanted across the country. Keep in mind, this is the same person that was going to star in the new Flash movie that Warner Brothers was putting out. And this whole time, he's just fucking committing crime after crime after crime, and they never like denounced him or said what he was doing was terrible. They basically just covered for him the whole time.
And who is this guy?
He's just an actor that was supposed to be in the new Flash movie, but
What's his name?
What
Ezra
else has he
Miller.
been in?
I'm not sure what else he's been in. He's been in a few bigger things, I think, but The Flash was the biggest thing that he was going to be part of, and then, being on the run from the cops kind of doesn't work with the filming schedule.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's wild.
I don't know what's actually going to happen with his case because, again, celebrity. It feels like as long as you got money and some sort of fans, then the public will still love you in the end, or at least the people that you actually listen to, and you get out of it.
Held on that pedestal and given that status.
Yeah.
Unless you do something, politically incorrect, then you get canceled.
Yeah.
But if it's against the law, it doesn't matter. It just, can't be politically incorrect.
Yes.
Right. I feel
yes.
like there's cases where that's true, but also untrue, unfortunately.
It's actually not that true. Whether you get canceled, you might get canceled from one thing, but you'll still have a job doing something because there's people who will still follow you no matter what you do.
Well,
Right.
I mean, look at Alex Jones, for instance. I talk about him occasionally. He's being sued for nearly $1 billion. And the heinous shit he's done, like berating these parents and making their lives a living hell for the last 7 years or whatever. And he still has followers who support him and are like donating to his donation fund and buying his sketchy fucking vitamin pills that are probably produced in the same lab China produced the virus. That was a joke for everyone who took that seriously. So like there's people still supporting him, and it's been proven in court what he did and how shitty of a person he is, and people are still supporting him. So like you give anyone the chance to be famous, it doesn't matter how good their intentions are. There's going to be a lot of them that are like Jones who just takes advantage of these people.
Have you guys heard of the QAnon?
I heard a little bit about it, but not
Oh,
a whole lot.
this is very similar to that. Like, how can you be so insane and still have people follow you? So the QAnon is this group. It's this lady that I'm forget her name. She calls herself the Queen of Canada, and she basically she's got like 60,000 plus people who follow her, and she says these stupid things like
is this the lady who does a talk show or podcast, and she's like in like Tabor or something? Like she's between Medicine Hat and Lethbridge, I think, right?
No, she travels all over Canada, but she was in the Hat recently. And my dad was at work, and he was just standing there, and he just saw her RV just drive right the fuck by her work or his work, and he was like, it's mind blowing the crap that this lady says. Romana did I'm attempting that last. Yeah, sure. Didulo. Sure, we're calling Romana Dildo. Anyway, Romana Dildo. She's got this psychotic thing where she like friggin' she tells her followers that you don't have to worry about paying your bills anymore. So all these people stop paying their bills.
Yeah.
She says she what's the wording she used? she forgives everybody's bills, and you don't have to pay bills anymore. And they just stop paying their bills. She got people to attack police officers for some reason. I can't remember the whole story, but like
I think she was arrested and like she like called them up to like a call of arms almost to like
that's probably what it was.
yeah. I don't think anyone really showed up, or the ones that did actually just got turned away by the cops. But it's like that's fucking scary. Like you could just have a fucking group of like nowadays on social media, like 30, 40,000 isn't that much. But if they're all gathered in one place, that's a fucking army.
That's the problem with social media. You can gather groups of stupid like this and make them into an army. And what do you can't do anything to them because then you'll be canceled on Twitter, and that goes fucking farther than it ever used to. It's insanity that people believe this stuff. It's similar to Kanye. Like, no matter what he does, there's still going to be people who will bend over backwards and do whatever the fuck he says.
Well, that's the thing. Like, people are gonna be like, "Oh, he's got a mental illness. You know, he doesn't actually mean this shit, and you know, it's to blame for the mental illness." Okay, he's got how much money? He could pay for the best fucking therapy in the world, and he could pay for any meds, no matter if it's covered by healthcare or not, because he's got so much goddamn money. So if he's not actively going to get help, you can't. I don't use that excuse because I've got an illness, you know. Oh, I did that because I've got a, you know, touch of the tism. That just doesn't correlate, you know.
Oh. Yeah, that's society, and it's funny. It's hard to think what's to blame. Probably social media. Now that I think of it, the internet.
Yeah. I mean, there were celebrities back in like way before the internet, like Elvis and people like that, and there wasn't social media, and they were like bigger than life, but it wasn't like they were God.
I guess just because they blew up on the platforms that were as popular as it was today back then, right?
Yeah.
Well, and they truly were quite talented people, and quite often they didn't let the fame really get to them.
Yeah.
See, unlike modern day, they don't have robots singing, right, or tuning them and shit. So it's pure talent and talent spread, and that doesn't happen nowadays because it's hard to find real talent because it's masked. It's masked.
Yeah, talent and passion.
Exactly.
MGK. Anyway.
What? No.
I can't deal with that man. I haven't heard anything from him for a while, so you know I'm actually quite happy about that.
Yeah, it better stay that way.
Hopefully people just stop talking about him so I don't have to fucking see his stupid goddamn face ever again.
Yeah.
Yay, the Island Boys, all these.
But yeah, Kanye basically ruined his whole career. I never enjoyed his music. I always thought he was an obnoxious asshole. Corey Taylor called him out on multiple occasions and called him a fucking pussy or something, probably. Probably. I know he mentioned that Kanye is like the person who tells you how much pussy they get. It's never as much as they say. But yeah, calling yourself like the greatest artist alive and the greatest living legend, and then going on the record of being an anti-Jew conspiracist motherfucker. I don't know. I don't think it was surprising to anyone that this happened. No. I think it was just a matter of time.
Not at all.
White Lives Matter shirt and whatever.
Mm-hmm. He did a White Lives Matter shirt?
Yes. Him and his partner, whatever she is, I think, right?
Oh yeah, she or he isn't married to Kim or whatever he was. It was a Kardashian, right? That he was fucking engaged to?
Yeah. He was with Kim K, and then Pete Davidson took her away, I guess. I guess the saying isn't true about once you go black, you never go back.
Yeah. He might have some black in his DNA though.
Maybe. South American, just like Elon Musk. So, did you hear what he... See that segue there?
Yeah. The segue.
Segue to Elon.
I think this is like a couple weeks old now since I wrote this or thought about it, but one thing that I like I like some aspects of Elon, but some aspects, it just reminds me how much of a fucking retard he can be.
Hey, you can't say that. He
Oh,
actually is
sorry.
autistic. He
Oh,
has the tism.
right.
He's got the
You
full
can't
Claims
go-
he's
tism.
tism.
He's got the full tism.
He
I've
claims
got a
he's got
hint of it.
tism.
Yeah. But no, the whole pulling Starlink out of Ukraine kind of pissed me off because he basically offered to put Starlink in Ukraine so they'd have, internet access and so their communications could stay up and whatever. And apparently everyone is under the assumption that he just, was a good billionaire for once and
Uh-huh.
put this in Ukraine, free of charge. But apparently, I don't know whatever happened to it because, like I said, this is old news by now. He threatened to pull Starlink out of Ukraine unless the Department of Defense would pay him, basically, for putting it in Ukraine free of charge. Which is bullshit because, like, obviously the country, that whole war is fucking terrible. And just crippling them in
But-
another way is fucking
Did- but-
bullshit.
But did you know that war makes money? So Elon's got to have his cut of it, Daddy Elon
Yeah.
needs to make money off of everything.
I
Social
look-
media, internet, war. He doesn't exclude anything as an option, right?
I looked into this case with the whole satellite thing, and from what he was claiming, he said that the satellites running for free in the Ukraine was costing him, I think he said 47 million a month, which
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true. I think that was the number it was. I forget, but either way, regardless, like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine. But another thing I learned is the Ukrainian military was actually using Starlink to communicate with each other, right? So that was another huge blow. And it sounded
Yeah.
like Russia was threatening to actually get Starlink blown out of the sky, like they were going to detonate shit. So
Yeah.
that could be a part why they wanted to
Yeah.
back out, or they were planning or some threats of that nature. But
Yeah.
either way, fuck Elon.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, but either way, like, it
I
shouldn't
think-
have been offered if it couldn't be maintained or
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could have been offered, and then you'd realize afterwards how much it's actually costing you, right? Like,
yeah.
or offered as an immediate, like, okay, this is free for now, but you're gonna have to pay for it eventually, and or start paying for it eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what he actually said when he did it versus what he said online, right?
Well, that's
But-
the thing. We're just like third parties, we're just surveyors looking in. Who knows what actually happened? Who knows what talks were had? Like, people are saying, he's had talks with Putin and stuff, and who knows if that's true? Who knows what was said?
Yeah.
All speculation.
I don't think Elon would be talking to Putin. That seems insane.
Yeah. Well, and people were also speculating that the reason he wanted to pull Starlink out was as petty as he proposed a solution for the voting of annexed nations of Ukraine, and nobody agreed with him, and everyone basically told him to shut the fuck up because he's not a politician, he's not a tactician, he's a entrepreneur.
But he owns Twitter, so it's okay. He can do. I mean, that's how Trump did all of his his presidential duties is over Twitter. So
Yeah.
how does
Until,
he
until he got
Until he
taken
got
off
banned.
Twitter.
until he got
Yeah.
banned?
Now he's got his own Twitter.
I wonder if
Well,
he'll get
yeah.
unbanned.
Oh yeah, he's getting unbanned.
Yeah, I think I saw
Elon said
that.
he's unbanning him.
When did he say that though? Because I feel like that would be for clout. Because Elon Musk is a fucking meme lord clout.
A couple days
Douchebag.
ago. He said it a couple
Oh,
days
really?
ago, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, because the Twitter deal finally went through, which brings me on to my other rant about him. After I don't even know what the fuck happened anymore because there was so much shit going around with that. Like, he tried to pull out of the deal, and then Twitter tried to like talk with his lawyers, and I guess they just didn't do anything. And then the fucking expiry to prolong the trial, just the deadline passed, and it was like, okay, you're stuck with the bill. Enjoy Twitter, and then he just fired everyone.
He fired the board of directors.
He fired 4 really high executive people of Twitter.
Yeah, he fired the board of directors so he could make himself the leader of the company, and he didn't have to answer to anybody else or have anybody else make any decisions. It's
Now,
purely him.
if that is not a supervillain like arc, I don't know what is. It starts with Twitter.
Yep.
That just sounds like freaking communism in the internet world. I own
Kind
you.
of.
Fire, 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 fire. All right, here we are.
It's like, all in favor to increase, work hours for Twitter employees. All raise your hand, and it's just him in an empty boardroom.
Yeah.
Motion granted.
No,
All right.
I think part of it might be, again, we don't know the full story, but if we look back on the other, potential side of it is, what if those, that board of directors, what if they are the reason why the edit button didn't get put in for the longest time?
I get
and why they're losing money all the time.
I get the edit button thing, okay, just to play devil's advocate. I get the edit button thing, but I think there's a way they could do it without it ruining Twitter. Because, like, the good thing about Twitter and the bad thing, I guess, is when you tweet something, it's there. And if, you've got quite a following on Twitter and they find it, like, people are going to screenshot it or whatever. So I feel like you should be able to edit your tweets, but it should specify on the tweet that it's been edited and some information should, might have been.
Well, look
changed.
at Reddit.
Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt Eric. Facebook already has an edit. Yeah, fuck you, Eric. Facebook already has an edit button. It's almost always had an edit button for as long as I remember. If someone edits a post and it says edited, and if you click on where it says edited, it will show you the previous versions of the post.
Yeah.
It's not hard to do something like that.
The only thing that pisses me off is the fact that, like, 100% of the time I want to edit a tweet is because I got one letter wrong, and now the entire thing looks stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So, hold on. I'm about as familiar with Twitter as a 75-year-old man. What's the deal? There's no edit tweet button on Twitter.
No. And the reason that they specify that it's for is because you can, say you tweet something out, just say it's like hate speech or something, I'm gonna bleep this obviously, but like death toll, like say I put that and like 100,000 people liked it, and then I go edit the tweet and make it say something completely different. There's no like cataloging of how many times I've changed it or what I've changed it to.
That is
so
such shit.
I kind of understand it because, like, politicians not named Donald Trump, they go on Twitter and say something, and it's, not worded right, or it's terrible, PR is coming down on it. Like, for them to be able to edit it and, like, kind of control the damage there, I kind of understand that. But again, there's a lot of power in words on Twitter, so.
Can you guys imagine Joe Biden on Twitter? Just typing, then just letters start coming out, then he just tweets it, and it's just, we need to get.
I mean, I feel like after Trump, there was a rule that if you have a personal Twitter, you can't use it.
If you are in office, you cannot use Twitter.
I think that's a good idea for any politician.
Honestly, yeah.
That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do in Canada.
Yeah, we need to do that. We need to.
Instead of me learning about all the new changes to laws on Twitter, I need to actually learn them from other places than fucking Twitter.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe Musk will fucking put an edit button in, but I don't know. He talks about wanting free speech and then opposite of that.
Yeah.
I think someone called him out on Twitter, like, as this was in the early talks when they were the deal was already made, but before he pulled out. And I guess someone spoke up against him on Twitter and then immediately got banned after that. So not correlated at all.
Can we just talk about the buying price of Twitter? That's just something that bothers me. $44 billion for a website.
Yeah.
What else could that money be used for?
Wait, $44 billion for a website that's losing money.
Yeah. He just paid. He just paid because he's worth what is he worth? Like $250 billion.
Yeah.
He paid a fraction of his fortune for a website. For what reason?
Well,
the
I think I think honestly it's gonna go along the same lines as what Amazon did when I bought Twitch. Twitch in no means was dying, however, but I feel like Amazon Amazon turned it into just a money hole, and I feel like Musk is gonna do the same with Twitter, and it starts with the whole fucking verification stupidity that
$8 a month for a blue check mark.
Initially he wanted to charge $20 a month just to keep your verification, which I've already had a conversation with Andrew about this. It's just a fucking cesspool of bullshit, and it'll cause more problems in the long run. One of the best cases or the best reasons for a verification mark on any social media platform is to verify that it's them. There's so many scams and shit that people fall for, and people like there's kids on the internet that are just stupid little shitheads, so of course they're gonna believe it. It's like, oh, I'll just grab mommy's, credit card information, and now she's, $20,000 in debt.
Oh my god, 50% off V-Bucks.
Yeah. So it's like you're gonna charge people who have a verification and then punish the people who don't want to pay you $20 a month. I mean, now it's $8, but still.
Why are you like what's the point in the verification check mark?
Like, it's just
you're verifying that you're paying Elon Musk money. That's all you're doing.
I mean, the whole fucking benefit of social media as is it's free. Free to have an account. And now you're putting a charge on it. It's like it's going to turn into, and this is another transition in our society. We went from buying cable packages to watch certain channels to buying subscriptions to different services to watch different shows. So it feels like everything is just going to have a dollar amount on it at the end. Like Twitter's going to have a subscription amount, and Facebook, and
you'll need to
pay premium, but
you'll need to get Twit Plus in order to get the edit button that Elon's going to release.
Yeah.
Twit Plus.
He'll make regular Twitter just run like fucking Windows 95, and then if you get Twit Plus, Windows 11.
Windows 11 for the small premium fee of $59.99 a month.
It's gonna be fucking he's gonna have like a subscription like tier list too, right? It's gonna be every tier is still going to have ads, but like the max tier is gonna be like $100, and it's gonna be like one ad a day, and then every tier is also going to have an extra check mark, so people can see how much you're paying, right? So
dude, he's turning into OnlyFans.
Yeah, I've seen that.
We just got to get some Musk toe pics.
If he does that, he's literally going to turn into OnlyFans.
Society's evolved so much that I look back on this one episode of Black Mirror I watched forever ago. I think it's the first season, second episode, the episode after the mayor of some fucking city fucked a pig on live TV.
I'm sorry. Okay. You need to step back. What in the fuck?
Anyways, Black Mirror is a show, and it's about society collapsing basically. In the first episode, hello there. The first episode was basically blackmail. This royalty member got kidnapped, and the mayor had two choices: either let them die or fuck a pig on live TV. And he fucked a pig. But the second episode is about basically what our society's turning into, which is transactional options for everything. Like there's transaction in this episode, there's transaction options for like skipping ads. You use these merit points, which you get by exercising, basically. And everything is a transaction. Your toothpaste in the morning, there's a charge for that. If food, there's a charge for that. Porn, there's a charge for that. And basically you just build up your points so that you can buy things, and that's all your life is.
I mean, it's funny. I was thinking almost exactly like that. Everything's going to turn subscription based.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, or it's going to be tiered subscription, like this stupid shit that Disney Plus and Netflix are doing. Like, why in the fuck am I paying for your service and I still have to watch ads? What's the point?
Yeah.
I'm paying for your service so that I don't have to watch ads, but now you're telling me I need to watch ads or pay you more money.
Yeah.
It's just a scheme to get more money. Like that's all it is, and it's extremely frustrating. And it's in BMW too. BMW, why in the fuck am I paying monthly for heated seats in the car I paid for? Like, are you fucking joking?
Well, it's my mom too. Like, she was complaining the other day because her subscription, like her free subscription to AirPlay, ran out, and she couldn't start her vehicle from her phone anymore because that's an app that you have to pay for. It's like, why even have the feature if you're gonna fucking charge extra for it? What's the point of paying for the vehicle if you can't use one of the functions?
I don't understand greed. Like, does greed ever max out? I don't get it. I guess it can't.
I don't think it does. Not for big company anyway.
It can't.
Big pharma.
Big marble goes center.
Oh,
Oh my god.
nobody calls it that anymore.
No.
Nobody.
There is no end to greed, I don't think. I mean, as long as there's money to be made from somewhere, it'll get done. I guess it depends who's the lesser evil. It's basically what our society has become, you know. Vote for the politician that may or may not do the least amount of damage, you know. Support the business that may or may not do, you know, the least amount of damage.
That's that's a very very fair point that I'm as you say it I realize more of it's the ones who do the least who are like doing the best for each other crap.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. I don't know.
Yeah. That's why I've given up on fucking debating people online because
You
it's
can't
just
win.
it feels like just an endless battle. It's like you might get through to one or two people, but there's gonna be another like 10 or 15 behind another door, and it's like, is it even worth it? Especially since, like, is it even worth it to put your own sanity on the line for it? Because if you fucking speak long enough in a goddamn discussion about politics, you fucking lose half your brain cells.
Yeah.
It's QAnon, man. It's the QAnon group.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so the thing I was thinking of, by the way, the lady that we were talking about earlier, that drove past your dad's work.
Oh, the QAnon leader,
yeah,
the dildo lady, yeah.
So that's not the lady I was thinking of then. The lady I was thinking of was Sarah Becker.
Oh, I've never heard of her.
Who dat?
Yeah, she has like a podcast thing. I only heard of her because Chelsea would listen to her because of how stupid she was.
Oh, so she's crazy.
Yes.
We'll fit right in. We should go on co-host.
Invite her on to the Turner Network.
I don't think we want to talk to her or associate with her by any.
Come on, you got to experiment a little. You got to get your name out.
You will get canceled.
Yeah, but if we try to have an actual conversation with her and then just put in some subtle digs the entire time, I think we'll be okay.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Dude, Raid Shadow Legends will sponsor anybody. It's fine.
What? Kanye's gonna get sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends now.
Imagine.
They'll put Kanye in as a character you can play.
Yeah.
Kanye's dress will be White Lives Matter on his fucking shit.
Oh,
shoes.
His fucking White Lives Matter shirt and his last pair of Yeezys because they're not selling anymore.
Yeah, right. They don't. Bro, you got to jump in on that Yeezys bandwagon. I mean, they're like what, $3,000 now. Who knows how much they'll be worth next? Like,
yeah. He'll come out. The internet will forgive him, and a couple of years he'll come out with the Yeezys 2.0, and everything will be fine.
Will they though? Like, I mean, this is a reference to Twitch because, like, have you heard of the whole? You know Miskiff, right, on Twitch, right? Yeah, the whole Miskiff shit drama, like.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a big creator on the platform, and he is just fucking diving straight into the deep end. Like, he is fucked. I mean,
that whole group.
Oh, the whole OTK thing is just a fucking disaster.
But I don't know though, because it just feels like that's fresh. But I feel like given like 5-10 years, people might have a different view on it. I don't think they'll people ever be as large as they are now. Like I know, for instance, more on the online content creators. I watched the Yogscast a lot when I was younger. You know, they played Minecraft and stuff. And a
You
couple
watched a
like
bunch of pedophiles? No, I'm just
Oh
I
fuck.
did. I mean, I did. 3 or 4 years ago, they kicked one of their members out, Shin, because he was having inappropriate conversations with fans and basically getting all these girls to send pictures and do things. And I don't know if any of them were underage, but I know in a couple of the instances with a couple of the other members, that was the case. But for Shin, it was kind of just like a couple of years off, and then he just started uploading one day, and you go in his comment section, it's nothing but positivity for this guy. You know, like, oh, so great to have you back, and we missed you, and we hope to, watch more of your videos and stuff. And it's like, so just gonna forget about everything that happened.
Everything is under the bus now? Like seriously?
Yeah, yeah, and like it's unreal because it's like the internet has such a fucking short memory.
That's true. The attention span of the internet is just fucked, and that's because
Yeah.
of the internet.
Yeah.
The internet is the true downfall of our society.
On that cheerful note.
The internet is going to fuck everything. Anyway, moving on.
We're all doomed. I guess I'll talk to you guys about this probably next time because we're running into about 40 minutes here. But before we did end, just want to have a little announcement and maybe put a little teaser in the corner for what's about to come, which is our new merch. It's been down for a while. Haven't really done much about it. There's been talks about merch, but me, myself, Andrew, and Colton all sat down after last episode and kind of brainstormed for a little bit. So right now, all that's on the merch site is just the logo, and you can get it on basically anything Redbubble has to offer. And we are working on some other merch. A couple which I think are gonna antagonize some people, but it's fine. It's all fair. It's all capitalistic gain. So yeah, keep your eyes out for that.
we got to catch up to Elon somehow.
Should be fun. I don't think us getting 20% of a $60 item is gonna catch up to Elon, but thanks
Hey, just put-
Redbubble.
Anything is is better than nothing.
I guess, but I don't think we're gonna catch up to Musk.
Just have
Maybe.
to make the next Twitter.
Yeah,
Yeah, we just got to revolutionize something.
yeah. Just call it fucking fucky.
Yeah.
But yeah, keep your eyes out for that. Go check out the merch. I'll have it linked down below. You guys have anything to say in closing?
I mean, I just like the way we left off. The internet's fucking everything.
Yeah.
That's a great attitude.
But keep watching this on the internet, please.
Yeah, the internet.
Give me your views.
Give me views, but fuck the internet. And
Yeah.
shame on you for using it.
Feel guilty, but use it anyways.
Feel guilty, but use it anyway. That sounds like anti-drug commercials and shit.
Yeah. It's like, we really don't want you to use this, but we do get paid to say that. So
don't.
And if nobody's using it, then there's no point. If nobody's doing drugs, then we're not gonna get paid to say don't do drugs.
Exactly.
So please do not use drugs. Here's some cocaine. Anyway,
moving on.
Your ending words right there. Please don't do drugs. Here's some cocaine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. You can find us down at the links below. All our listening platforms, whether it's Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, YouTube, whatever, all be listed down below. Let us know what you guys think in the comments of the YouTube video. Make sure to, click subscribe, click the bell button. We usually, sometimes when I remember, put videos up on the YouTube on Sunday, if I remember. Very, very inconsistent. Maybe we'll do something special for episode 150. I got to figure that out yet. I have no ideas, and I can't fathom how long I've been doing this.
I have an idea.
All right, we'll talk about that in the post show after I take a piss. Goddamn. All right, thank you guys so much for watching and listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Peace.